everyone, this is Architect Podcast. Welcome you all on board. For now, I'm taking you guys to anywhere I fly. For the first episode, I'm taking you all to Melbourne, Australia. It's the multicultural city with well-designed urban planning, and it's the world's most livable city in 2017. So, if you're ready right now, no need to just sit back upright. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Well, I have to wait almost a year to have a chance to go to Melbourne, and it's not on my schedule, so I have to swap with my friends, so I will have a chance to go to Melbourne. So for the first time that I arrived there, I think I arrived there in November or December, I'm not quite sure about it, but it's during the end of the year. So I'm so excited that I have a chance to go there because during that time, any other countries that I went is so cold, like in Paris, in Beijing, in Frankfurt, like everywhere is so cold. It was so cold, but here in Melbourne it was so nice and warm. Like the weather there is warmly welcome me, so I feel so good that finally I'm here. And maybe because I'm tired, I'm get used to the warm weather, so that's why I'm so happy that I'm here in Melbourne in summer. But the weather is like changeable. It can be like very nice and warm in the evening, and at night it gets so freezing as well. So I had to carry my jacket in my bag, so just in case that I stay out late at night, so I won't be freezing because I have my jacket. And because Australia is located at southern hemisphere, that's why the weather here is opposite to any country in northern hemisphere. So that's why I'm here in summer, and in Europe or in Asia is in winter. So when I arrive the hotel, I just like go straight to the street. I'm like immediately like go straight to the street because I'm so excited to explore Melbourne. And yeah, it's a walkable city because when I arrive there, I just go out and walk and walk and walk and walk. Just walk around and see things around. And as I say, that is multicultural city because, in Melbourne you can get any kind of food. And it seems like people walking on the street is from many parts of the world. You can see them, you can hear them speak English, and you can hear them speak their own language as well. So, talking about food there's a lot, like many kind of food there in Melbourne. You won't be starving, and you won't have a problem of having some meal in Melbourne because they have everything like Chinese food, Vietnam food, Thai food, Japanese food. Oh, I'm so in love with Japanese food in Melbourne. I'm so in love with sushi hubs. It's the little, it's a franchise sushi restaurant, like sushi shop, the small one, but it's like almost everywhere in Melbourne. And they have like sushi, the big one, the really big roll, so you can like order just for two to have like for lunch. But for me, every time I go there, I just gonna order for 3 or 4 rolls of sushi, and it was so good. So I just recommend you guys, if you go to Melbourne, go check out Sushi Hub and you won't be disappointed. Or you can have American food, the burgers, or you can have English tea as well. So it's like multicultural city and lots of food to find. Yeah, and you won't be starving. So I walk and walk and walk and to explore the city, and I thought that the urban planning here is very well designed because the transportation is all connected. They have the free tram zone, which you can use the free tram to get anywhere on the free tram zone. But if you get out of the free tram zone, you have to pay for it. But it's all connected, like you can use tram, bus. They even have a train station in the central of Melbourne, so you can get like to other city in Australia from the center of the Melbourne. So it's very easy. It's very convenient. It's all connected, and the road there is very wide. It's like you can see a car using the road, and also the people who ride a bicycle using the road as well. And or maybe you can see someone using a skateboard. So it's like a wide road with It's a generous road. Like everyone share the road together. So it's easy to walk, it's easy to ride, and it's easy to drive as well. So it's like good planning of the street and the city. And while walking around there, for me, I noticed that people seem to care about design. Like if they have their own restaurant or have their own shops, they're gonna like decorate with their little cute thing that like I'm so enjoy looking at it. Like their shop front or when how they choose their chair for the restaurant, how they choose the tablecloth or the lamp, and I don't know, like everything is so well designed. Just so enjoy watching. And it's like, oh, people do care about the design. And the most important thing, I think, not only the people that care about the design, but it's the city, Melbourne. It's city that do care about the design because Melbourne has its own logo, which is called a city of Melbourne, and it's a dynamic logo. If you have seen it, it's the M, the letter M with the it's kind of it's adaptive logo. It's a dynamic logo which can like adapt to any surface, any kind of thing, like on the road, on the street sign, on the billboard, or on the tram. It's like on everywhere because it's a dynamic logo and it can be adapt to anything. So it's very interesting. Like for those for if you are a graphic designer out there and you wanna look for case study for dynamic logo, I just recommend you that okay, a city of Melbourne is a good case study for dynamic logo, so you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed for learning or explore about this logo. Yeah, so I really enjoy like the city because yeah, they have their own identity logo and it's like unite Melbourne together, and you can see like this logo is like totally unite the city from the design. Yeah, it's very interesting. And the most thing that I like about Melbourne is the people there are so friendly. Like as a cabin crew, I go like everywhere all the time. I go anywhere all the time, and I always stranger to to the city that I go. But for the Melbourne, even I'm a stranger, but like when I'm crossing the road or walking on the street, there's gonna be someone smiling to me or greeting me. Like if I like sitting and have a cafe, they're gonna be like someone smile at me, and it's not in the creepy way, but like people really friendly and people are so nice and kind. So if I have to choose to be a stranger, I would choose to be a stranger in Melbourne because even I'm a stranger in Melbourne, but I'm gonna get a smile in a day, or maybe like lots of smile in a day. So it doesn't make me feel like a stranger at all. So if I choose to be a stranger, I'll choose to be the stranger in Melbourne. So yeah, that's what I have explore around Melbourne. So I will give you guys some recommend if you go to Melbourne. So one, try to find the logo of Melbourne, a city of Melbourne, because once you found it, you will not stop seeing it, yeah, because it's everywhere. And two, try to smile to the stranger because they might be the new stranger in town as well, but don't make it in the creepy way. Okay, you guys, promise me, don't make it in creepy way. Just try it. It's gonna be fun and it's the new way to meet people. And three, try to try new kind of food. Like you can try any kind of food in Melbourne. Just go and try, and you won't be disappointed. And four, Melbourne is the city that have a strong culture, strong coffee culture. So if you want to have some coffee, I recommend you guys to go to the De Grapes Street, which is like the small street with lots of cafe. Like they're so good and it's so good and nice to sit there, have some coffee, have a little bit of chit chat. Yeah, and you will have a good time in Melbourne during having a coffee as well. So the De Grapes Street, just go there and have your time, have a good coffee time. And five, the last one that I would like to recommend you guys is try to walk around Melbourne without using map or Google Map. Yeah, I'm serious because Melbourne is a well-designed urban planning. So they already designed the city map sign almost in every corner of the street. So if you get lost, just find that map and you will find a way to go to your place. But in case that you really get lost, I think you can ask someone who passing around there because they're so friendly and they will be willing to help you. Like They really do because they're so friendly. So that's all that I would like to recommend, and that's all of the story of the Melbourne. I really hope you guys enjoy exploring Melbourne with me. For the next time, I won't tell you guys where I'm taking you, but yeah, see you around for the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you and goodbye. Architect Podcast, perspective of an interior architect who fly, or you can call an ad crew who design.